Broadcasting from Studio 300, you're watching Poly Playbook.
Hello, and welcome to a fresh new edition of the Poly Playbook. We're serving all the hot action, the cool plays, and everywhere in between for Cal Poly Athletics. I'm Sawyer Milam.
And I'm McCarthy. Let's get right into it. The Cal Poly men's soccer team played UC Santa Barbara in the second blue-green rivalry match at Harder Stadium this past weekend. Mustang News reporter Allison Edmonds went to the game to get the story.
I'm here at Harder Stadium where the Cal Poly Mustangs are about to take on the UCSB Gauchos in the second game of the blue-green rivalry. The Gauchos struck first in the second blue-green rivalry match in front of a crowd of 15,000 with a goal in the 10th minute off of a cross by Jeffrey Achampong to Ahinda Salamani, who put the pass in the net, putting them up 1-0. They struck again the 42nd minute when Nick DuPoy headed in his Big West leading 13th goal of the season that went to the top left corner, putting them up 2-0 going into halftime. The score remained 2-0 until the 72nd minute when forward Cody Gibson dribbled down the left end line and crossed to senior midfielder Chase Minter, who scored, bringing the Mustangs within one. The Mustangs fought till the end, and in the last 6 seconds, freshman forward Jared Presley scored on a shot at the left post, tying the game 2-2 and forcing the game into overtime. The game ended in a 2-2 draw, leaving the Mustangs 1 point behind the Gauchos for first place. Allison Edmonds, Mustang News.
The Mustangs are looking to move into the first place in the Big West North Division as their season is coming to a close. If they're able to move into first place, they'll get a first-round bye in the Big West Conference Tournament.
The Cal Poly men's soccer team ended their last home game against UC Davis in a 0-0 draw. The Mustangs ended in a 0-0 draw in Spano Stadium on Wednesday night against UC Davis in double overtime. This was the Mustangs' last home game of the season. They are now 9-3-5 overall and 4-1-4 in Big West Conference play.
We're obviously playing for a championship, or at least to be the leader of the Northern Division, to get that bye, and hoping that Santa Barbara drops a point or 2 points and gets a draw someplace.
The Mustangs' next game will be on Saturday, October 31st at Sacramento State at 2 p.m. for the final game of the season.
The Cal Poly's women's soccer team lost their match against UC Riverside 2-0. The Highlanders scored in the 9th minute when Brittany Matta shot the ball over the goalkeeper, giving UC Riverside a 1-0 advantage. The Highlanders went on to add another goal in the 49th minute as Tyler Cunningham headed in her 7th goal of the season, putting the Highlanders up 2-0 and giving them the win. The Mustangs will wrap up the season by hosting Cal State Fullerton Sunday, November 1st at 2 p.m. for Senior Day.
Cal Poly football is in desperate need of a win if they hope to have a shot at Big West Conference playoffs, but Saturday was not their day. On October 24th, the Mustangs hosted number 14 Portland State, a team that has come out strong this year, and the Vikings lived up to their reputation. After the Vikings initially gained some points over the Mustangs, Cal Poly rallied to score a few touchdowns and remained in the lead for a good portion of the game. But Portland State came back with a late field goal and scraped by with a 38-35 win. Cal Poly is now 2-5 overall and 1-3 in Big West Conference play. For the next game, the Mustangs will visit Southern Utah on Saturday, October 31st.
Cal Poly volleyball has been killing it this season, but after a 3-week unbeaten run, Long Beach State was able to defeat the Mustangs on the road. After a 5-set struggle that lasted over 2.5 hours, Long Beach was able to edge a win over the Mustangs. The Cal Poly team has won 7 of its last 8 matches, sweeping Cal State Northridge off their turf before their tough loss at Long Beach. In the light of their recent loss, head coach Sam CROSSON says,
our group certainly looks at it more like, you know, even when we win, there are areas for us to improve on, and when we lose, those areas are still there, and we need to keep working on to get better.
The team heads south to Santa Barbara on Thursday, October 29th. After beating the Gauchos at home earlier this season, the Mustangs hope to bring home another win over their rivals this week.
Cal Poly men's basketball kicked off their preseason with a green versus gold exhibition game Saturday, October 24th. The Mustangs' 15-player active roster was split into 2 teams for the scrimmage. It was a close match, but green rallied to win over gold 47-46 in double overtime. Following the scrimmage, 6 Cal Poly players competed in a dunking contest judged by volunteers from the crowd. David Nwaba took home the win with a sick dunk assisted by Ridge Shipley. This exhibition game was the first of Cal Poly's 2 public scrimmages prior to the 2015-2016 season opener at UNLV on Friday, November 13th. Cal Poly will host Cal State San Bernardino for a second scrimmage at 7 p.m. on Thursday, November 5th.
The Cal Poly cross country team will compete at the 47th Annual Big West Conference Championships at the Agriculture Operations Course in UC Riverside on October 31st. The competition will begin with the women's 6,000 meter race at 8:30 a.m., followed by the men's 8,000 race. That's all we have for sports action this week. You can log on to mustangnews.net for continuous Cal Poly sports coverage. I'm Connor McCarthy.
And I'm Sawyer. Milam. Have a great weekend.